Hi, this is Priyanshu. In today's video, we are going to talk about our Class 6 Mathematics Chapter 6 Integers Exercise 6.2 solutions of a Telangana State Board. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to explain this exercise to you. So in the previous video, we already see the exercise 6.1 solution, and today we are going to see the solution of exercise 6.2. Okay, so let's start this exercise. If you have any kinds of doubt related to this exercise, so don't worry, I teach mathematics to the weak student, and in the end of this video you will have not a single doubt in this exercise. Okay, so let's start with our first question. So the first question is telling that put associated symbol. Okay, na? You know about this symbol, this greater symbol, less than greater symbols, etc. I hope you will know about these symbols in the space given between the two integers. Okay, na? So here two integers are given. So in this figure we have to put these symbols. Okay, na? So how we can do this one? So before I'm going to solve this question number 1, I will teach something interesting here, then we will move to our question number 1. Okay, so I drink water. So now let's come to the topic. So how we will use this symbol. Let's suppose this is 5 is there na, and this is 10 is there. In this both of this, which is greater? So you will say 10 is greater. So do one thing, just take this symbol like that. The mouth you will see now, this mouth is always open. In which side? The side which number is great now, in that side only this mouth is open. Okay, this mouth is open that side. Okay, let's suppose this 10 is here and the 5 is here. In this one which is greater, 10 is greater na? So the mouth will be turned like that. So the mouth will open only in the greater number. Okay, let's suppose this is 6 is there and this is 14 is there. In this one which is greater, of course 14 is greater, so mouth will be in that direction. In this 40 or 6, which is greater? 40 is greater, so the mouth will be like that. Okay, right. So I hope you will understand this one. So if this concept is clear now, let me talk. So in the negative number, if negative 1 is there, if negative any number is there, or there is a one positive numbers, so in the negative number or positive number, which is greater? So always remember, in negative number is very smaller than the positive. If let's suppose here negative 100 is also there na, and here positive 1 is there na, it means that which is greater? Only the positive 1 is only greater. Okay, now remember this thing. And one more thing here, if I tell you, let me take example. This is -1 and here this is let's suppose here it is given -100. So in this one which is greater? So here in negative number which is looking very smaller, that is the only greater. Why? Because in this number line this is 0, -1, -2, and let's suppose this is a -100 here. So in this one -1 or -100, this -1 is very near to the 0, that's why it is greater, but 100 is very forward, that's why. But here the number which is looking so bigger, like 100 is looking greater, but whenever you put negative sign it becomes very smaller number. Here -1 or -10, which is very greater? So here the greatest is -1 only, so that symbol is going like that. Okay, let's talk another question. Let's suppose this is a -5 and this is -2. In this one which is greater? Of course -2. Why? Because -5 is there, -2 is there. Here which number is smaller? It's -2 is looking smaller, but if have negative sign, that's why it is greater. So in negative numbers which is looking very younger, very smaller, that is the only greatest number here. Okay, so if we talk about 2 and 5, which is greater? 5 is greater, that's good. But in positive it is good, but is in negative it is totally opposite. If it is 2 and it is -5, which is greater? -2 is greater. Okay, so in negative number it is totally opposite, right? So I hope you will understand this concept. So if you understand this one, then let's talk about -1 and 0. So this is given -1 and -0. From -1 and 0, which is greater? of course minus 0 is greater than minus 1. Why? Because let's suppose this is 1 and this is 0 and this is minus 1. So which is greater? Only this 0 is only greater now. From 0 to 1, which is greater? Of course this 1 is above, so 1 is greater. But 0 to 1, 1 is greater. But minus 1 to 0, which is greater? 0 is greater. Okay now? So here which is greater? 0 is greater. Always remember. Okay now? But if it is given 0 to minus 1, then here minus, if it is given 0 or 1, so here 1 is greater. But if it is telling minus 1 to 0, so 0 is greater. Okay now? Right, so this is a very easy things, nothing hard in this one. So this is given minus 3 or minus 7, both are negative numbers now. So in negative, the number which is looking very smaller, that is the only greater number. So here 3 is looking smaller, but in general life, if you see in the negative, the number which is looking very smaller, that is the only great. So in minus 3 or minus 7, which is great? 3 is great, so the symbol will be like that. But if it is 3 or 7 in positive, this is okay, 7 is greater. But in negative, minus 3 or minus 7, which is greater? Minus 3, the number which is looking very smaller, that is the only greater in the negative. Okay na? Right, so it is given minus 10 or plus 100, which is greater? Minus 10 or plus 10. So always remember, positive numbers is always greater than the negative numbers. If it is given minus 10 or plus 10, so positive number is always greater than the negative number. So of course this one is greater, so you will put like that. Okay na? Right, so this is given here 0 and minus 5, which is greater. So I already told you, from 0 to negative numbers, always 0 is greater. So here also in question 4th, if you see, 0 is only greater here. Okay na? Is it clear? Right, so now let's talk about this one question. So this is given minus 100 or this is given 99. 99 means it is positive 99 only. Okay na? So which is greater? Minus is greater or positive is greater? So always positive number is greater. If it is given minus 100, if it is 1 also na, so minus this is given minus 100 and 1. So in this case also 1 is only greater. So always remember, positive number is always greater than the negative numbers. Okay. Now this is 0, this is 100, which is greater? So this is 0, this is 100, so which is greater? Always 100. But if it is given this is 0 or this is minus 100, then which is greater? So 0 is greater. But in the positive, from 0 to 100, which is greater? Only 100 is greater. From 0 to 100, which is greater? 100 is greater. Okay, but let's suppose in negative, if it is there like 0 or minus 100, if it is negative, then 0 is greater. But here it is positive na, so that's why here 100 is greater, from 0 to 100. Okay, is it clear? So I hope you will understand this question, and if you understand, then let's talk about this one. So now this question is telling us, write the following integers increasing and decreasing order. So actually we have to write these things on the increasing order na. Increasing order means, you know, ascending order we have to write. Okay na? So we have to write in the ascending orders. Okay na? Increasing order or decreasing order. So I think it is, we have to write in ascending or descending, both order we have to write. Okay na? So the question first we have to write in the increasing order. Increasing means a small to big number, small to big numbers like 1 2 3 4 5, and descending means greater number to a smaller number. Okay na? A smaller to greater, like 5 4 3 2 1, etc. Okay na? So increasing, how will you increase? We will increase from 1 2 3 4 like that, like 1 2 3 4 5 like that. But how you will decrease? You will come from above to downwards. Okay na? From 5 to then 4 4 to 3 3 to 1, then 0, etc. Okay, so this is called increasing and decreasing order. So let's write it. So here I will write first one increasing only. So first one I will write increasing. Okay na? So you will write, okay, so first one is increasing. So this is which number is smaller? So here negative number is only smaller here. So minus 7, minus 5 and minus 3. So here minus 7 or minus 3, both are negative now. So in this negative one, which is very smaller number? So here minus 7 and minus 3, which is smaller? Of course minus 7 is very smaller here. So here in this one minus 7 is smaller. After that this is cancelled. After it, which is a smaller, 5 or minus 3, which is a smaller, minus 3 is a smaller. After it, which is left, 5 na, so write the 5. So this is the increasing order, okay na. This is the increasing order, okay, right. So let's erase it. So this is the increasing order. Now this is the increasing order. Now let's write this in the descending order, okay na. So I will use this one, okay, descending order. Let's write in the decreasing order. So decreasing order means simply we have to write the greatest number, then the smallest, then the smallest. So in this one, which is the greatest, 5 is greatest. So write the 5 first of all. So after that, minus 7 or minus 3, which is greater? So of course minus 3 is greater. So in negative 1, always remember the number which is looking very smaller, that is the only greater. So after that one, which is minus 7, so this is going to be minus 7, okay na. So this is the our increasing order and decreasing order. Is it clear? Always thousands of, I'm telling you, in minus 3 and minus 7, which is greater? Here minus 3 is greater. Why? Because in the negative numbers, the number which is looking very smaller, like 3 is looking smaller, 7 is looking greater, but when you put negative signs, so minus 3 will become greater. In 3 or 7, which is greater? 7 is greater, but when you put negative in this one, then 7 is not greater. Here 3 is greater, okay na. The number which is very smaller in negative, that is the only greater number, okay. Are you understand? Okay, so if you understand, then it's better for you. So now let's talk about the increasing order, okay na. So increasing, okay. Now let's talk about the increasing. So here from 1, 3 or 0, which is increasing, how will start? We will start from a small number. Here minus 1, 3 or 0, which is smaller? Minus 1 is a smaller. Negative number is very smaller, okay na. So minus 1 is a smaller. After that, minus 1, which is a smaller? 3 or 0, which is a smaller? 0 is a smaller. After the 0, which is a smaller? 3. Then after, write 3. That's okay. Now let's talk about the descending, okay na. Okay, so let's talk about the descending order, decreasing order, not descending. Okay, so let's talk about decreasing. So in decreasing order, okay, so let me erase this one. So in decreasing order, we have to write the greatest number. So minus 1, 3 or 0, which is greater? 3 is greater. So write 3. After the 3, which is greater? Minus 1 or minus 0. So always minus 0 is always greater. From minus 1 to 0, which is greater? 0 is greater. Then after, minus 1. Write the minus 1. Okay na. So you have written this na, just take it opposite, 3, 0, 1. Here take it opposite, you will write like that also, okay na. Right. So now let's do again this question. So let's write it in increasing order. So this question increasing. So in this case, okay, so now in this case in this one 1, 3 or 6, which is a smaller? So my negative number is always a smaller. So here there is only one negative, that is minus 6. So this is only a smaller. After that, 1 or 3, which is a smaller? 1 is a smaller, write 1. After that, here which is a smaller? 3 is only left, write the 3. Okay, so it is okay. Now let's talk about the decreasing order, okay na. Okay, so let's talk about the decreasing. In decreasing order, we have to start from the greatest number. So in this one, which is greatest? 3 is greatest, write the 3. After the 3, 1 or 6, minus 6, which is greater? 1 is greater. After that, 1, which is left? Minus 6, write the minus 6, okay na. Is it clear? Yes. Now let's talk about this one. So we have to write increasing, okay. Now let's talk about this one. So minus 5, minus 3, minus 1. In this one, which is very smaller? So the number which is looking very greater, that is the only very smaller in the increasing order. So here minus 5 is only very smaller. After that, minus 5, minus 3 or minus 1, which is very smaller? Minus 3 is very smaller. Okay, now minus 3 is smaller. After minus 3, which is minus 1. So write minus 1. So actually, you know, in the negative number, it is looking like that only. Increasing means we have to start from the smaller number to bigger number. So here minus 5 is very smaller. In minus 3 is also smaller. Minus 1 is also smaller. If you compare from minus 5 to minus 3, which is smaller here? So minus 5 is smaller. From minus 5 to minus 3, which is greater? Minus 3 is greater. Okay, now remember this concept. You will lot of a student get confused in this one. So in negative numbers, thousands of time I'm telling you, in negative numbers the number which is looking greater, that is the only smaller. If you talk about -100 to -1, in this -100 or -1, let's suppose this is 100 and this is 1, which is greater? 100 is greater. So if you look like that, also like that, -100 -1, you will see -100 is greater. You are wrong. Here -100 is not greater, -1 is greater. Why? Because in negative everything is opposite. The number here -1 is looking smaller, 100 is looking greater. But when you put minus symbols in that negative symbol, so which is the smaller, it is become which is smaller, it become greater, or which is greater, which is look smaller. So here 1 become greater number in negative. Okay, now remember, because this 1 is very forward to the 0. It is like this is 0 now, this is 1, so this is very near to the 0, that's why it is greater. But 100 is here, it is very forward, that's why it is smaller. Okay, now you can remember like that also. Okay, now is it clear? So now I will talk about the descending order. Okay, now so let's talk about the descending. Okay, so take the black pen and so descending order. So how you can write in descending order? So you know about it. In descending order we have to write first of all greater number. So -5, -3 or -1, which is greater? -1 is greater, so write -1. In this one, -5 or -3, which is greater? -3 is greater. You will say sir -5 is greater, but in negative the number which is very smaller, that is only greater. So after that one, which is -5, so write it -5. Okay, now so this concept is, second question is also clear here. Okay, so if it is completed, then I will move to our third question. So third question, let's see the third question, what the third question is telling. Third question is telling that write the true or false. Okay, now we have to write, if any statement is correct we have to write true, if any statement is wrong we have to write false, and correct that other false. Okay, the statement which is wrong, we have to correct that, statement. Okay, so let's talk about the first question. The first question, that 0 is on the right of the -3. So this question is telling that this is a number line. In this number line this is 0. Okay, write the -3, -1, -2 and -3, and here are the positive numbers 1, 2. So this side is called right hand side, RHS. RHS means right hand side, and from 0 this side is called left hand side. Okay, na LHS. LHS means left hand side. So this question telling that 0 is on the right of the -3. So this question is okay, so this question is telling that 0 is on the right of the -3. Okay, so if you see 0 is the if -3, is it right of the -3? 0 is on the right of the -3. Okay, this -3 is there na, so 0 is in the right side of the -3. Yes, this is -3, and if you see 0 is here, so it is in right side only na, because this side is the right side. If you see this is 3 and 0 is here, so this side is the right side only na, this is RHS. But when we talk about this side, this is the left hand side. So -3 is here, 0 is here, so is it 0 on the right hand side of the -3? Yes, this 3 is here, 0 is here. So if you see from the 3, 0 is here, then it is in the right hand side only na. So this statement is totally true. So this statement is true here. Okay, now let's talk about the another statement. Okay, may I erase this one? Okay, I will erase this. After that statement, next statement is that -2 and +2 represent on the number line the same integers. Okay, so it is this question telling that, let's suppose this is a number line. Okay, I will make a number line here. This is a number line. Okay, so in this number line, if you represent -12, like this is -1 na, -2, -3, -4, so let's suppose this is a -12. Okay, so here it is positive 1, 2, 3, 4, so 12 will represent here. So it is telling that -12 are here, +12 which is here, represent on the number line in the same integer. Is it represent in the same place? No, 12 is the positive one and it is in the right hand side. 12 is the positive integer, so it is in right hand side. But -12 is a negative integer and it is in the left hand side. So both are in the same place. No, both are not in the same place. Both are in the different places. 12 is in the positive sides, minus 12 in the negative side, so both are not in the same integer. So this statement, second statement, is totally false here. So we have to make the correct. So we have to write here 12 is the negative integers, and we you can write here minus 12 is negative integer. Okay, now we have to write negative. You will write, I am writing integer here, you have to write negative. Okay na, negative integer. Okay na, and plus 12 is a positive integer. We have to write plus 12 is a positive. Okay na, positive integer. Okay, that's why. Okay na, why here it is not in same? Why? Because minus 12 is the negative and positive is plus 12 is a positive. That's why. Okay na, is it clear? So let me erase this this all, and after that let's talk about the third question. So the third is the every positive integer is the greater than the 0. Yes, it is 0. Why? Because this is 0 na. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. So every positive integer is greater than 0. Yes, this is 0 or this is 1. From 0 to 1, which is greater? 1 is greater. From 0 to 2, which is greater? 2 is greater. From 0 to 3, which is greater? 3 is greater. From 0 to 4, which is greater? 4 is greater. From 0 to 5, which is greater? 5 is greater. So this statement is true. This statement telling that every positive integer is greater than 0. Yes, it is, we already see. So this is true. Okay, now let's see the sixth question. So sixth question telling that this is minus 5 and this is 8. So in this one, which is greater? This is greater. So they put it comma like that. So is this a statement right? Yes, it is it. From the minus 5 or 8, which is greater? 8 is only greater. If it is like this is minus 5 and this is minus 8, if it is like that, and if this comma is like that, then this is wrong. Why? Because from minus 5 to minus 8, which is greater? Minus 5 is greater, but here it is positive number na. Here it is minus 5, here it is positive 8. So which is greater, negative 5 or positive 8? So positive 8 is greater. So that's why comma is here. So that's why this statement is true. Okay, right. So if you have 8 chocolates and your friend have nothing, they are on the, let's suppose you have 100 rupees and your father give more 50 rupees. You are in the plus only na, but your friend have 0 rupees, but your friend come to you and they ask you for help, and they said, I don't have any money, can you give me some money to me? So you given him like loan or something, you are given to your friend. So you given loan of your friend to 50 rupees. So your friend is going 15 rupees minus only na. Why? Because they don't have any rupees. They taken 50 rupees for spending. They spent 50 rupees also. Then he have nothing, but he have also 50 rupees he have to pay to you. Okay na. So like that you will understand. Okay na. So negative number and positive numbers. Okay na. So negative numbers is weak and positive numbers are strong. Okay na. Right. So let's talk about the fifth question. So fifth question is like that. This is 100. Okay na. This is 100 minus 100 and this is positive 100. So in this one, if you see in this one, which is greater? If you talk about in this one, which is greater? So you will say, sir, positive 100 is greater. So this, this comma is in the wrong position. This symbol have to be in this direction. Why? Because this is minus 100 and this is positive 100. So in this one, minus 100 or plus 100, which is greater? Plus 100 is greater. So the symbol have to be like that, but in this case the symbol is like that. This means this is totally wrong. So this question is totally wrong. In the third one, the fifth statement is totally wrong. Fifth statement is false. So it means that how this statement is wrong, because we have to correct it. So from minus 100 and this is given a positive 100, which is greater? Positive is greater. It have to be looking like that, but this is wrong. Okay na? Now this is correct. Okay, right. So sixth one is given, this is minus 1 and this is given minus 8. So in minus 1 or minus 8, which is greater? Minus 1 is greater. Minus 1 is greater. Why? Because the negative number which is very smaller, that is the only bigger. Why? Because this is minus 1. Okay, this is minus 1, this is 0 and this is 2. 8 is here. So which is very near to the 0? Minus 1 is only near na? Minus 8 is forward. That's why. Okay na? So in this one, which is greater? -1 is greater, but here it is telling -8 is greater. It is like that. So this is wrong. Okay now. So this statement is wrong. So this statement is wrong. Why this statement is wrong? Because from -1 to -8, which is greater? In this one, -1 is greater. So the symbol have to be like that, but this symbol is like that. So that's why it's wrong. So the correct answer is from -1 to -8, the symbol we have to put like that. Okay now? Is it clear? Right. So I hope this question is also clear. Don't be confused in negative or positive. If you understand, it is very easy chapter. If you are not understanding, then it is going to be difficult. But don't worry, I try to make this chapter easy for you. Okay na? So now let's talk about the fourth question. The fourth question is telling that find all the integers which lies between of them given two integers and also represent them on the numbers line. Okay, so here from this is given, let's make a one number line, and this is 0, this is 1, and this is 2. This is 1 and this is 2. So it is telling from -1. So from -1 to 1, this is 1. What is between of -1 to 1? Which number is there? 0 is there. So it means that between of them, which number is there? 0 is there. Okay, 1 is clear. Okay, 1 is clear. Let's come to this question. Okay, so I think we can do in one proper way. Okay, let's do. I will erase this one. After doing this one, I will make this on this. Okay, so let's take this question and put here only. Okay, now let's talk about this. So let's suppose this is a number line. This is a 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Okay, this is 4, and this is 5. So from 5 to from 0, between of them from -5 to -5 to 0, how many numbers of between of them? There is a lot of number in between of them. That is -4, -3 are there, -2 is there, -1 is there. So you will write like that answer. Okay, so is it over? So this is the answer of that one. Okay now let's take the third question. Okay and I will take the fourth one also. Okay, so I will take this both of this question here. Okay, so let's take it. So where is the sixth one? I will take the sixth one here, and third one here, sixth one here. Okay, now let's check it the sixth one. So in the sixth one, just take a line, middle of that 0 is there, this is a -1, this is -2, this is -3. Okay, this is -4, and this is -5. Okay, and this is -6. Okay and this is -7, and this is -8. So this question is telling that, and this is a positive numbers 1 2 3 4. Okay number line is represent like that only. Okay, 0 is in the neutral. Okay, right. So it is telling that -6, from -6, where it is -6? -6 is here. From -8 is here. So between of -6 or -8, which number is there? -7 is there between of that, which number is there? -7. So write the -7 here. Over. That is also completed. Okay now let's erase it. Now let's see that question. Fourth question is there so let's put a number line. This is a number line, this is 0. Here -1, -2, negative numbers are there. Here positive numbers like 1 2 3 4. Okay here -3. Okay -4, etc. So in this one we have to find 0. Okay, 0 is here. We have to go -3. -3 is here. From the 0 to -3, how many numbers are there between of them? There is a 2 numbers. That is the -2, and that is the -2 and -1 is there. Okay, so is it clear? Now this is over. So we find it the answer here. Okay now we find it the answer. This is the answer, but this question is telling that okay, you have to find the integers between them. Okay find the integers between of two integers. Okay, we find it. Also represent them on the number line. We have to also represent this numbers line on the number. Okay, so just make a number line. Okay just take I just take it a scale. Okay, just wait a minute. I just draw a number line. I just draw a number line, and I put it this one, I put it as a 0. After that I will take, this is a -1. Okay, now this is -1, this is -2, this is -3, this is -4, this is -5, -6, -7, and etc. Okay, this is a 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, this is for negative side and this is for the positive sides. Okay now, I hope you know. So here we have to represent 0, so I already represent 0 here. We have to represent -4. Let's count. This is a minus, this is -1, -1, this is -2, this is -3, so -4. We have to represent -4 here. After that, representing, just erase this all which is not there. Then after we have to represent -3, so this is -1, this is -2, this is -3, so represent -3 here. Then after -2, this is -1, this is -2, represent -2. This is -1 na, represent -1 here. After it, this is a -7, 1 2 3 4 5. This is -5, this is -6, this is a -7. Okay, now represent here. Okay, is it clear? Right, so after that all, this is -2, so -2 already it is represented, -1 it's also represented. So our number line is looking like that. Okay na, so I hope is it clear. So you can do like that one. Okay na, otherwise you just make this one. Okay na, so I hope this question is totally clear. You nothing in this one, just you have to put a number line and you have to find what number is between of them or what is not there. After that you get 0, this answer you will get. After that you have to put in the number line, just put a middle of that 0. 0 is there, 0. After that -4, count from here. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, so this is -4. This side is only for the minus. Then after -3, just count -1, -2, -3, so -3 here, put it here. Okay, like that you can do. So here -2 and -1 already it is represented, so no need to be write again that one. Okay, right. So if this question is clear, so let's talk about that's the 5th question. So let's see. So the 5th question is telling that the temperature recorded in Simla is -4 degrees Celsius. Okay, so what is the temperature of Simla? Okay, now Simla is the temperature of, okay, now so I will write here the temperature of Simla. The temperature of Simla is, okay, the temperature of Simla is -4 degrees Celsius. Okay, right. Again, and the Kuruf is -6 on the same day. And what will be the temperature of the Kuruf? Okay, so the Khupri, okay, whatever it is, that's the Khupri temperature is how many? -6 degrees Celsius. Which place is colder and on what on the day? Okay, so in this one, which place is colder, from 0 degrees Celsius or from -6 degrees Celsius? So here the this place, okay, now Kuruf is very colder. Why? Because from 0 from the 0.6, which is colder? Okay, now because you know this is a temperature graph and this is 0 degrees Celsius. Whenever it is going -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, so when the temperature going downwards, very down, like -6 degree, -7 degree, it means that the the colder, the season is going to be very colder or cooler, you can say. It is going to be very colder season. Okay, so whenever the graph going to be downwards, like -1, -2, -5, -6, -7, these are the colder. Whenever it is going to be like 5 degree, 6 degree, 7 degree, it is not cooler. It is going for the from the summer time, it is for the hot. Positive for the hots, and the negative is for the cooler. So in this one, which area is very cooler, -4 degrees Celsius or -6 degrees Celsius? So -4 degrees Celsius is not that much cooler than -6 degrees Celsius is cooler. -6 degrees is very cooler. Why? Because if you see the graph, 0 is there, this is -1, this is -2, this is -3, this is -4. Okay, now this is -5 and this is -6. So in this one, -4 is here, but -6 is in the most of the down, it is in the down. Okay, now that's why -6 is very cooler places. So that's why Kurfi is the very cold places, you can say. So now let's write the answer. I will tell you. So in the answer one, you can write which place is colder on the day. So you can write Kufri. Okay, Kufri. Then after you will write like that. Okay, -6 degrees Celsius is colder. Okay, now you will write colder on that day. Okay, na? over. So minus 6 degrees Celsius is colder on that day. Why? Because in minus 4 and minus 6, which is greater? Minus 4 degrees greater, minus 4 degrees only greater na, but minus 6 degrees is smaller. So it is a smaller means it is very down, it is very down, that's why it is going to be very colder. Okay, now this is greater but this is a smaller, so the number which is very smaller, that is the only cooler. So this is minus 6. Okay, so you will understand, I hope you will understand this one question. So after that all, okay, so this, I think this exercise, the exercise is totally ended here only. Whatever in this exercise, everything is clear. So if you have any doubt in this one, if you are not understanding any question and related to that, if you have a doubt, so don't worry, you can ask me again, because this is a mathematics. In mathematics sometimes you will get problem and sometimes I explain to you, but if sometimes, you know what will happen, you will not understand, you will not catch my point, what I want to be tell. Okay now, so it is not a, you know, this is not a very hard thing, this is a basic thing. If you not understand, so don't worry, just tell me the question number which you didn't understand, I will again repeat that question. And if you didn't understand the whole exercise, so don't worry, I will explain that exercise again to you. Okay, so this video is only for you, don't worry, this is for mathematics, this. Okay, so I hope you will meet into the next video. Jai Hind.